Listen up, I'm about to give you the kind of big sister talk you didn't know you needed. These aren't soft, sugar-coated tips. These are the 5 harsh truths that will protect your energy, your heart, and your life. And yes, some of them might sting, but if you hear them now, you'll thank yourself later. Hi guys, I'm Daria and welcome to my channel. If you're new here, this is a space where we explore personal growth, build self-worth, and clear out anything standing in the way of your glow. Today's video is all about choosing yourself unapologetically and learning the mindset shifts that protect your peace, your energy, and your future. From my big sister perspective, these are the truths I stand by, and I'm sharing them with you straight from the heart. Let's get into it. Chapter 1. You have to put yourself first. Healthy egoism isn't selfish, it's survival. Alright, let's start with this. You have to put yourself first. And no, I'm not telling you to be selfish or arrogant. I'm telling you to have healthy egoism. Because if you don't protect your energy, your peace, your time, your future, don't wait for anyone else to do that for you. You need to understand this. Most of the time, not always, of course, but people are looking out for themselves. They aren't always going to put you first, and they're not sitting around thinking about your needs. That's why it's your job to remember yourself, to protect yourself, and to make sure you don't get lost in someone else's priorities. Here's the harsh truth. Unfortunately, some people will happily take advantage of your self-abandonment while you're busy putting them first. Tell me, where's the beauty in a kind person draining themselves for someone else without getting anything in return? Not even the bare minimum. Where's the beauty in a kind, generous person being used for simply who they are? I'm sure you've seen it. That's exactly why you need healthy egoism, to avoid the trap of being constantly drained, giving and giving without receiving any love in return. That's not beautiful. That's exhausting. Your yes doesn't mean anything if you're dying inside. And trust me, when you put yourself last, don't act surprised when everyone else follows your lead. They're not malicious. They're just reading the syllabus you've handed them. You're teaching them that using you is acceptable. Let's use 2 personalities to illustrate this. The first loves herself unconditionally. She puts herself first, she has boundaries, and she doesn't let bad energy slip into her life. Her presence is the luxury, not the reward. The second doesn't love herself. She lets people use her, entertains nonsense, and chases validation the way I chase the remote after someone sits on it. Now tell me, who's going to fall into the trap of being used by the wrong people? Who becomes the victim? I'm pretty sure you already know the answer. She will not always be liked, but she will be respected. The other one, she isn't respected. She becomes an easy target. Now you get to decide which woman you want to be, the respected one or the one who ends up drained, unhappy, and used. Prioritizing yourself is not arrogance, it's maintenance. It's self-respect, it's showing up fully for the life you actually want. Putting yourself first isn't selfish, it's called standards. And yes, it takes courage, so whenever the world will try to guilt you, shame you, whisper that you're being too much, ignore it. You are enough exactly as you are, but you have to choose yourself every single day. Chapter 2. You teach people how to treat you. Your standards are the curriculum. Let's get one thing straight. Every time you allow disrespect, you're teaching people how to treat you. Every boundary you skip, every uncomfortable yes, every silent nod, it's a lesson. This is acceptable. And the truth is, people follow your standards, or your lack of them. Think about it. Low standards don't just invite chaos, they magnetize it. Someone shows up late repeatedly, you shrug. Someone speaks to you rudely, you stay quiet. Someone oversteps your boundaries, you hope they don't notice. Congratulations, you've handed them the syllabus, and it's all about how to treat you. The problem isn't them, it's that you never show them the rules had teeth. Let me show you what this looks like in real life with cups. Imagine your energy is a cup. Without boundaries, it keeps pouring out to everyone else until you're completely drained. Every time you ignore what hurts you, let people use you, let them raid your time like it's an all-you-can-eat buffet. Say yes when you don't want to, or pretend your feelings don't matter. Guess what? Your cup ends up empty. But with boundaries, you control the flow. You decide exactly where your energy goes and who gets it. Your cup stays mostly full, and people quickly learn what's allowed and what isn't. Even if someone comes up and says, "Hey, can you entertain my nonsense? Be the star of my little circus." With boundaries, you don't even flinch. You smile politely, sip up your energy, and keep your cup full. Because you know that your energy isn't for performing in anyone else's circus. Your standards become the rules, and suddenly respect isn't optional, it's the syllabus. And remember, staying quiet when someone crosses a line, that's your silent permission slip. If you don't speak up, you're teaching them that it's okay to treat you this way. Don't be surprised when the same patterns repeat. Boundaries aren't rude, they aren't mean, they are responsible, they are elegant, powerful, invisible lines that say, I respect myself, so I expect you to respect me too. And if you don't, no problem. They'll exit stage left on their own. You need to understand that people don't respect what you talk about. They respect what you enforce. Let's be real. Your tolerance is their permission. If you don't stand up for yourself, someone else will happily sit on you. And it's exhausting. Mentally, emotionally, spiritually. You've probably seen it happen. Maybe even lived it yourself. You know that ache of bending, compromising, and excuse behaviors that should never have been excused. Enough of that. Here's the thing, raising your standards is an inside job. Small, non-negotiable rules, how people speak to you, treat your time, your energy, your space. Every graceful no, every quiet limit sends a signal. This is the curriculum. Here's what's acceptable and everything else isn't. And yes, it requires bravery. Some people will bristle, test you, roll their eyes, or complain. Let them. Your goal isn't to make everyone happy. It's to be respected and to live by the standards you set, not the chaos you tolerate. Remember, raise your standards, not your blood pressure. Respect yourself enough to enforce them. Every boundary, every clear no, every unapologetic standard is a lesson for them and for you. You teach people how to treat you. Don't hand out the syllabus for free. Chapter 3. Nobody's coming to save you. Take control of your life. Waiting for someone to swoop in and fix your life, that's the fastest way to stay stuck. Your healing, your confidence, your goals, those aren't someone else's responsibility. They're yours. And yes, it's uncomfortable. Yes, it takes courage, but no one is coming with a magic wand. If you want a life that feels good, you have to start saving yourself. Think about it. How many times have you waited for the right moment, the perfect person, or the miracle to arrive? Stop. That's called outsourcing your happiness. And trust me, it's expensive because the truth is, nothing changes until you do. Waiting for someone to save you is like expecting your gym membership to work out for you. Your life doesn't wait for your approval or for someone else to show up. It's moving whether you like it or not. It shifts the second you take control, set intentions, and stop waiting for permission from the universe. Victim mentality is a slow poison. The longer you wait for someone else to rescue you, the more life passes you by. Every second spent wishing someone would fix things is a second wasted. And you know what's worse? Some people will happily keep you in that waiting room forever if you let them. But here's the beautiful, liberating truth. You are already enough and you already have everything you need to start. Think about it. Are you postponing that trip just because there's no one to go with? Skipping the movies, the museums, the experiences you've been craving because you don't have a partner in crime? How many more things are you going to put on hold waiting for someone else? Do you even realize that if you wait for others, you might be waiting forever? Imagine this knot as your life, tangled with your goals, dreams, and challenges. Your healing, your growth, everything that matters, it's all in your hands. See this knot? Waiting for someone else to fix it won't work. Most people aren't sitting around thinking about your needs. If you don't act, if you wait for someone else to do it, nothing changes. But here's the thing. Once you start taking it step by step, the knot begins to loosen. And these steps don't need to be dramatic or grand. Even small, deliberate movements, one tiny tug, one careful twist at a time, start shifting everything. Here's that goal you've been ignoring. Here's a fear you're facing. Here's that messy little habit you've been pretending doesn't exist. Here's the drama you've been letting run the show, politely escort it out. And here's that little unfinished project giving you side eye. Go claim it like a queen. And finally, here's the dream you're stepping into. Your life starts moving the moment you do. So grab the nut, untangle it, and strut through life like you own it, because you do. Start today. Stop waiting for timing, miracles, or people. Stop letting circumstances control your story. You're the author, the director, and yes, the star. No one else will rewrite the story. So pick up the pen. It's yours. Chapter 4. People can only meet you as deeply as they've met themselves. Stop expecting what they can't give. One of the fastest roads to disappointment is expecting emotional depth from someone who's never even looked beneath the surface of their own life. You're not asking for too much. You're asking someone for something they simply don't have. And that's not your failure. That's their limitation. The reason I'm bringing this up is because so many people stay stuck in emotional limbo, waiting for someone to suddenly become capable of giving what they've never shown. They wait, and wait and grow unhappier and still wait. But think about it. How long can you wait for emotional depth from someone who doesn't even have access to their own? How long can you sit there hoping they'll magically transform? Another month? Another year? Maybe forever? And that's the part that stings, because forever is your time, your energy, your life. Do you actually want to stake your life on this? But once this truth clicks, the way you move through life changes. Trust me, life gets a whole lot easier after you understand this. You stop overthinking, you stop romanticizing their potential and start seeing their reality. You look at the situation and calmly say, this person cannot give me more at this moment. And then you ask yourself the only question that matters: do I want to keep investing my life into this? If the answer is no, you don't beg, you don't bargain, you simply move. You keep walking, you choose yourself, and that is power. Imagine a woman who has done the inner work and is emotionally ready for a healthy, loving relationship. She meets a man, falls in love, and they start dating. But after some time, she realizes she's not fulfilled. She feels unhappy and doesn't understand why. They both love each other, sure, yet he seems emotionally allergic to real conversations, deep feelings, or anything that requires actual effort. She stays with him, maybe for years, hoping things will change, but nothing does. Over time, she begins to see the truth. Maybe she will never be emotionally happy with him, because no matter how much she tries, she can't expect from him something that he simply doesn't have to give, at least not right now. They part ways. Later, she meets another man. Suddenly, everything clicks. He seems to be everything she's ever wanted. She doesn't even need to ask twice for what she needs. Why? Because he is emotionally available. He has done the work within himself, and he can give what she's looking for. The lesson here is simple. People can only meet you as deeply as they met themselves. Love, support, emotional presence. It's not about you asking for too much. It's about whether they have the tools to give it. Their inability to show up for you is not proof that you're unworthy. It's proof that they're not ready. And when you understand this, you stop wasting your energy on people who simply cannot meet you. You save your life, your heart, and your time. You can't expect poetry from someone still struggling with the alphabet. When you truly grasp this, it stops being emotional, it becomes a fact. So stop begging for a type of love they've never ever given themselves. Stop waiting for someone to magically become the version of them you pictured. Stop rewriting their potential while ignoring their reality. Instead, protect your peace, guard your heart, surround yourself with people who have done the inner work, those capable of meeting you where you are. You deserve to be met, matched, and understood, not minimized. Remember, their limitations are a reflection of their journey, not your worth. Once this sinks in, your energy is yours again. Your boundaries stand firm, and you get to invest your heart, time, and love where it truly matters. Chapter 5. Not everyone deserves access to you. Protect your energy like it's luxury. One of the most important shifts you'll ever make is realizing that access to you is a privilege, not a given. Some people will try to drain you, distract you, or pull you into their chaos, and it's your job to protect yourself. This is exactly why it's so important to filter who you let into your life if you want a happy life filled with real, healthy relationships. You need to see your energy and time as luxury because it is precious, rare, and not just for anyone to consume. You see, not everyone who came with you is meant to continue with you. Growth has a funny way of revealing the people who were only comfortable with the version of you that needed saving, explaining, or shrinking. The moment you start choosing peace, boundaries, and self-respect, you'll notice not all relationships survive your healing, and that's not a tragedy, that's alignment. One of the biggest mistakes we make is romanticizing someone's potential. Potential is beautiful, but it's not a plan. You can't invest your time in who someone might become while ignoring who they're choosing to be right now. And be honest with yourself. How many times have you ignored the red flags? Because red flags don't disappear. If you pretend not to see them long enough, they turn into red carpets for disrespect. A peaceful life isn't luck. It's not something that just happens. Peace is a decision, a choice you make every single day to stop engaging with what drains your spirit and start choosing what protects it. And yes, sometimes that choice comes disguised as walking away. Sometimes the blessing is not who enters your life, but who you finally stop allowing in. Your life elevates the moment you stop entertaining what weights you down. Your energy gets clear, your direction sharpens, and your heart rests easier. You begin to understand that boundaries aren't walls, they're doors, and you get to choose who walks through them. Let me show you what this looks like visually. This is your energy bar. On the left, we have what happens when you let everyone in. Unfiltered drama, disrespect, chaos, inconsistent people, emotional drain. Every one of these pulls your energy down until the bar is empty. On the right, we have a filter life. Here your energy flows only to your goals, your peace, supportive people, and your self-care. This is where your energy stays full, because it's finally going to the right places. See how the right side stays strong while the left side drains out. That's exactly why protecting your energy is non-negotiable. In the end, you choose which bar becomes your life. Your energy is your most precious currency. Spend it wisely and only let the right people access it. This is it for today. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed these big sister tips. Keep taking care of yourself, protecting your energy, and loving yourself. If this spoke to you, let me know in the comments. Don't forget to subscribe for more tips, and I'll see you in the next one.